it's amazing that we're going to the draft and the NFL draft appears to be set up to have 3 quarterbacks taken in a row to start. And there's a serious chance of 4 in a row. I mean, there is a serious chance. As I'm sitting here right now, 2 hours before we're heading to the airport, 2 days before we get the answers, it does appear Caleb Williams is going to go first and Jaden Daniels is going to go second. Where is how crazy it is. The 72-hour period from when I walked off this set on Friday and showed up back on this set on Monday to go on the air and say how the rumor mill was off the charts and how Jaden Daniels was trying to work his way out of D.C. because he doesn't, it's not as much of him not liking the Commanders, but what I heard, no, what I heard is he just loves Antonio Pierce.
Oh, okay.
Loves Antonio Pierce from, I guess AP was on the staff in Arizona State, and they've known each other for a long time, or he vibed with the Vikings, or that's all just a bunch of garbage. And the only time we've heard from the kid prior to, I guess, was he in the Shannon Sharp's club on a podcast?
Yeah, Club Shay Shay.
And so he has said nothing but I'm excited to play for whoever drafts me. And the conversation is that the Commanders love Drake May. They love Drake May, and he loved the Prospect-a-Palooza. He had a good time there.
Yeah, he was with Kevin Clark this week and talked about how J.J. McCarthy was maybe the best golfer, but I hit it pretty well too.
Well, and at this point in time, we're going to get ready at this very juncture tomorrow on Wednesday's show. We're ready to have J.J. McCarthy on our set.
Boom.
So as of this very moment, after all of that chatter, now I'm hearing it's Jaden Daniels second overall and just move on. Just like I heard at the Combine. Move on.
All these things you heard at the Combine have come to fruition.
Well, so
much.
far.
Pretty much.
Trey Lance was the only one.
You got a high percentage is what I'm saying.
Trey Lance was the only one.
The one where Trey Lance is going to be the plan B for the Vikings if they don't have Kirk Cousins.
But they got Sam Darnold, former 49er
so.
quarterback, as it were. So.
Just, correct? Yeah. What? Wrong, right church, wrong pew?
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Nicely done.
The quarterback.
And then I think the Patriots 100% take Drake May. I mean, that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Shrug emoji.
100% going to happen.
And I'm down for that. I'm down for Marvin Harrison.
And I just don't think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be anything but an Arizona Cardinal. When it all comes down to it, the Cardinals are going to, they got 11 draft choices as it is. Just use their first one on the guy who's a consensus, not unanimous, as you'll hear from Bruce Feldman shortly. Pick is the best receiver in the draft. And then we'll see what this Chargers do here in L.A. But bring it all up by saying it's entirely possible we have 4 quarterbacks going in a row. And it's amazing that this draft happens 3 years after we saw 3 quarterbacks go in a row. Last time we saw that. And the first guy taken, Trevor Lawrence, won a playoff game and had an injury-marred season last year, quite frankly, after they were the 1 seed after 11 weeks. He gets hurt, and then he has an up-and-down season. There's no other way to put it. Mm-hmm. Injuries may have had to play a role in it, and we just throw his rookie season out because that was the Urban Meyer thing. But the 2 other guys taken right after him, no longer on their original team. After Zach Wilson traded yesterday, it's kind of wild. 4 out of the 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round, all of them in the first half of the first round, 4 of them after the first one in Trevor Lawrence, all on different teams right now. All of them. Zach Wilson taken second overall by the Jets, traded 2 days before 3 days before the 2024 NFL draft, 3 years later for a pick swap. Late round. 7th round, the Jets send a 7th round with Zach Wilson. They get a 6th back. Trey Lance last year, before the season, traded to the Cowboys for a 4th round selection. The Cowboys are going to give that one up. The Niners are going to use that on Saturday, unless they trade it. And what the Niners gave up to get Trey Lance, they gave up 3 first-rounders, the one in that draft, and 2 future ones and a third round.
Oh, wow.
Just to get back a fourth.
Mac Jones gets traded for a 6th-round pick this year, in March. And the Patriots will use that on Saturday, unless they trade it. And then Justin Fields. The Bears gave up for Justin Fields in that draft. They gave up a 5th-round selection along with the 1st-rounder, and then a 1st and a 4th the next year. And wind up only getting a 6th-round draft choice for him in next year's draft. The Bears won't be using the draft choice that they got from the Steelers this year at all. It could be a 4th, depending on playing time in Pittsburgh. Now, none of this is to say that your team that is quarterback needy should not take one in the 1st round. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to see 6 go. If I had to predict right now, we're going to see 6 go. There's more quarterback needy teams than there are quarterbacks with a 1st-round grade or 1st-ish round grade. And that's just the way it is in the NFL. Yeah. Even with this as a possible cautionary tale, canary in a coal mine, everybody's just going to say, we like the kid. We think he's got an upside. We can coach him. We're taking him. We are not passing up on him because Zach Wilson didn't work out in New York. That's a New York problem. That's a Zach Wilson problem. Not an MP. Not a my problem.
That's a wipey.
That is 1,000,000% the way it goes in the NFL, and I don't think it will ever change. But I think it's wild that this is what's happened just 3 years later, and we're about to see it again. And nothing's going to ever change it. Nothing will change it.
Even the 49ers nearly winning a Super Bowl with the last pick?
Even with the 49ers being able to say, we
have a super team around.
We gave up all that draft capital for a guy because they gave up out of everybody on that screen that we just showed. The Niners gave up the most to draft that player. They got the most back, which is a 4th rounder in this year's draft.
Yeah.
And the Bears gave up the 2nd most and got the least, which is not even a draft choice in this year's draft. And then the Jets and the Patriots are kind of tied here. But the Jets use the highest draft choice. And the crazy thing is, for the Niners, usually that's what gets everybody fired. But they made the Super Bowl last year, and they were a Super Bowl contender the year before, the year that Lance was supposed to be their starter, and an injury cost his chance. Which is another reason why a team says, well, you know what? They didn't have the right circumstance. He got hurt. Or in the case with the Jets, they're the Jets. And they're like, screw it. We're taking Drake May, 1,000,000%. We're taking Jaden Daniels, 1,000,000%. We're taking Penix. We're taking Nix. We're taking J.J. McCarthy. And the Bears are 100% taking who they're taking. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.